Hi, welcome to Padai Planet, and today in this video we'll be discussing about the cumulative frequency and median when we are given the class interval, right? So here we are given the class interval. These are the class intervals, and we need to find out the median and the interquartile range of the data. Now this data is all about certain factory workers and the distance between the homes and the factory of the workers. So the distance is divided into different class intervals, and under each of the class intervals, this is the frequency of the homes of the workers. Now, what we need to find out is the median and the interquartile range. Now, when we need to find out the median, then what we need to do is first we need to establish the cumulative frequency. That is what we need to find out. And once we get that, then we simply need to draw the graph. Okay, and then we plot the median. And obviously from the graph, we will first find the median, and then to find out the interquartile range, that's IQ, we will first find out the upper quartile. Okay, and then we will also find out the lower quartile, and then we will find out the interquartile range, right? So first thing first, let's quickly do the find out the cumulative frequency for each of the class intervals. So the first one will be 125. Second, here what we do is cumulative is always the summation of the previous frequencies. So at 125, the previous frequency, there is no data, there's no class interval. So this one remains same. Now here the cumulative frequency will be the summation of uh, the previous frequency, the previous cumulative frequency, and the one which is added, the new one which is added into it. So this like makes it 220. Then this gets added to this one. So this is like 305. Now it is 380, and finally the 500. Now that's the cumulative frequency. And now we will draw the graph for the same. So let's put it onto the graph. So the data which we have is, suppose this is the point where we are taking the origin of our graph, and this is our y-axis. Okay, and yeah, I'm trying to just make it little visible for you. Yeah, and this is the x-axis. Sorry, please ignore the you know the inaccuracy which I've brought into the graph, but you'll understand the concept. Because so now this y-axis will always have the cumulative frequency on it. We will plot the cumulative frequency, and the x-axis is always about the class intervals. This is class intervals. Okay, now we will mark, say first the class interval, so that's at the interval of 10. So we'll take the width as 10, and this is 20, this is 30, this is 40, and this is say 50, right? So this is 10, this is 20, this is 30, and then we have 40, and finally we have 50. Similarly, on the y-axis, we will have to plot the cumulative frequency, and we will take as the small box, this small box, the unit, this one, as 25. Okay, so the first mark, if you see that in each big box, it is like 5 such boxes, right? So the first one is going to be this point. This point is going to be 125, because 25, 20 plus 25, 50, plus 25, 75, 100 and 125. Then this point is going to be 250, and this one is going to be 375, and then this one is going to be 500. Okay, now for the first class interval, the data is 125. So the first class interval, that is at ending at 10, the maximum limit, and the 125 mark is here. Okay. Similarly, for the next one, it is 220. So 220 will come, this is 250, this is 225, so slightly lesser than that, somewhere here. Okay. So this is 220, and then we will plot 305. So 305 on this interval. That means the interval ending at 30. So this is the whole line, this is the line, right? And here we need to mark at 305. So 305 meaning this one is 250, then 275, then 300. So slightly over and above 300. So this is what the 305 mark is there. Okay. Then we have 380. So 380, I'll take another color so that it's a little more visible. So I'll take 380 on the class interval 40. So that's like slightly over and above 375. So slightly over and above 375. Okay. Then we have 500. So 500 at the class interval ending at 50. So that's here. Okay. Now we will, connect these graphs, and this is the, cumulative frequency line which we have got. Now, what we need to find out is the median. Okay. So median is very simple. The total, the n here is 500, and the middle point is this exactly at 250. So from here we will connect a line like this, and wherever this is cutting the line, intersecting the line, we'll drop a line onto our x-axis. So this figure is going to be the median, this one. Yeah, I'll use this color. So this point is going to be the median, and this will be 22 in our case. Okay. So the median is 22 kilometers. Right. Now what we are required here is to find out the IQ. That's interquartile range. So interquartile range is, we first find out the 3/4 of n, and that's the 500 data. So 250, 375 is the 3/4. So it's like 3/4 of nth, 3/4 nth position is what we need to find out for the upper quartile. So that's like 375. So from 375 we draw it like this, and we get this point, and from here we drop the line onto this. So this is like 1 point before 40, so it is 39. So upper quartile is basically 39 kilometers. Similarly, to find out the lower quartile, we need to find out now the lower quartile. Now, lower quartile is basically the first quarter of the cumulative frequency. So first quarter of the cumulative frequency, which is like the highest one, is 500. So first quarter is 500 over 4, and that's like 125. So that is like this. And if we take this line like this, so this is, it is intersecting here our cumulative frequency line, and from here we will drop this line. So the 10 is the lower quartile. Okay. Now, interquartile range, interquartile range of any data is equal to, that's all equal to the upper quartile, that's UQ, minus lower quartile, that's LQ. So we can write 39 minus 10, and that's 29 kilometers. Right? So this is how we have found out the median and the interquartile range of the data which is given in the question. I hope you guys could understand and make sense out of it. I'll be coming up with more videos on statistics. Keep watching this playlist and I'm sure you'll like it. In case of any doubts or clarification, please feel free to get in touch with me, message me, or you can also PM me. Thank you so much. Have a nice day and bye bye.